I founded and run a company called Eco Concrete Limited. This company is focused on three things. It's into construction of buildings, high-rise buildings. It's also into research and development of construction materials as products. So we manufacture blocks, we manufacture pavers. We also recently started manufacturing a low carbon type of cement that we call Geopolymer cement. And the third part is we're into ICT because we appreciate that the commerce narratives of Africa are totally different from those of Europe. So going to buy off-shelf ICT tools does not work well with Africa. So those are the three things we do at Eco Concrete. Of course, we registered Eco Concrete in 2016. I founded it after traveling the world, seeing how Europe, how Southern Africa, how Asia were approaching construction. And I saw that there was a gap because there was a pressure to imitate models of the developed world. And these models were not making it cheap for Africa. And so I felt that then we needed to develop a new system of doing things where we approach procurement in 4 different stages. We separate material requirements, we separate labor requirements, we separate technology, tools, and then administration costs of projects, and de-risk the project, and then focus on what is important, which is normally materials. If you compare Europe and Africa, when somebody is putting up a house in Europe, 60–70% of the cost is in labor. And 30–40% is in materials. When you're putting up a house in Uganda, apparently 70–80% of the cost is materials, and labor is very cheap. And so we initially said, let's revolutionize that. Let's cut the meat into pieces and discover where the problem is. So we focus on materials independently, we focus on labor independently, and by doing that, we communicate well with our clients, reduce the amount of risk, and we're able to deliver cheap infrastructure. Sustainability begins from the baseline of accessibility. If I can't access a house, I can't start talking about how sustainable my infrastructure is going to be. But also the fact that when we break down these components, you find labor is local, you find materials are also sourced locally. So we start looking at local, low carbon materials, local, affordable materials. And when we integrate them into the developments, into our approaches in construction, we tend to be very competitive on the market.